The Virginia Mysteries Collection, Books 1 through 3. Written by Stephen K. Smith. Narrated by Tom Mcelroy. Summer of the Woods. Written by Stephen K. Smith. Narrated by Tom Mcelroy. Chapter 1. The Woods. In the long, hot summers of central Virginia, the trees danced at night. Inside the old white house with the black shutters, two boys watched the towering silhouettes rock in the breeze outside their bedroom window through the moonlight. The brothers shared a room and talked back and forth to each other in their beds, trying to keep themselves from falling asleep like all boys do. When they grew tired of talking and laughing, they lay still and listened to the wind moving through the high trees all around their house, moaning like an old train slowly chugging through the darkness. It was the second week of June, and the school year was over early since only a few snow days had been used over the winter months. A seemingly endless summer vacation lay ahead of them. The air was getting hot, and the days were long, stretching far into the evening. Derek and Sam had just moved with their parents from up north to Virginia the week before. They'd said goodbye to their friends and their school and followed the moving truck on the long drive down the interstate highway. One of the things that had excited them most about moving into their new home, despite having to leave all they knew behind, was the deep woods that lay past their backyard. So, as their parents unpacked the house, the boys began to venture outdoors. At first, the dark woods were a little scary for Sam, who was 8, and Derek, who was 10. But as the boys cautiously began to explore this new uncharted world, their young minds started to dream about the adventures and mysteries that lay beyond the grass of their yard. Years later, when they'd grown up and had families of their own, the brothers loved to talk about the memories from their very first summer living in Virginia, the summer of the woods. Sam leaned his head up against the window pane and stared out into the woods of their new backyard. Everything looked so different from their old neighborhood. It had been mostly streets and sidewalks and houses, one after the other. He could practically touch their neighbor's house while still standing in his own driveway. When he ate dinner with Derek and his parents each evening, if he looked out the window, he could often see the family next door doing the same thing. There were some trees, but just small ones that grew in front of each house. Nothing like these monsters, thought Sam as he looked out into his new yard. Mom and Dad had picked this house so the boys could have more room to play outside and be in nature. Dad had grown up on a farm in upstate New York and was tired of living in the crowded suburbs. Boys need room to roam, Dad had said to Mom.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?